Ha ha! What's up, everybody? Hold on one sec. We got some music we got to throw up there. Running a little helter skelter right now. Things went sideways as they sometimes do, but that's all right. The show must go on. So we are going to make it happen. Where is that music? Where'd it go?
Mythic Squad in the house. It's your boy Starbuck.
Mosh, Justice Beaver.
Today we're talking about pets.
There we go, baby.
Today we're talking about pets.
All right. So here we go. A little bit unexpected. Things went sideways as they sometimes do, but I am here minus my the better half just showed up. Let me bring him on.
What up? What up?
There he
See how
is.
long-
What up?
I don't know what's going on, but I think my tech support sabotaged me.
It's all
Um,
good. It's all good.
I'm hoping I'm going to be able to present screen, but if not,
If not,
you
that's what.
can.
Yeah, I got my other computer up so I can share screen if we need to, brother. No worries, no doubt. I got you covered. All right. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you all had a good time. Those of you that are coming over from Crystal Kraken, welcome again. We had a blast there. Popped some great heroes. Had some fun winners. I'll post that into the Crystal Kraken after we get done in here. But we are here for making monsters. And something we realized we hadn't really done yet is kind of tell y'all what we're doing, right? Why are we doing this? What is the purpose? So there's two parts to that. Selfishly, we want to make some monsters for ourselves, right? Build a squad. I hadn't had any Dread Knights. I had a bunch of Gen 1s I was sitting on, wasn't really doing much with. And we needed to change that, right? Get those dreads ready because, I mean, yeah, they're not coming tomorrow, but they're coming. And my wallet was looking kind of light. So Mosh was like, bro, let's team up. I'll throw some crystal in there. You throw some heroes in there, and we're going to do some awesomeness. So obviously there'll be a little bit of financial remuneration. Hopefully we both make a little bit of money out of this, as well as make some monsters for the future. And then the third and main goal is to kind of show you all the secret sauce. Let people know, those that are already in the community and just are baffled by the beasts that Mosh and a few others create, but also to do some kind of educational stuff for new people that might be coming in, because there's not a lot about that out there right now. There's a lot of us hanging out, having fun, doing some great crystal cracking, throwing some opinions out there, rehashing AMAs, but there's not really like a down and dirty educational series. Well, there are a few out there, but nothing that really caters to this. So that was our main objective here with this. And so how are you doing tonight, Mosh? What's up? I mean, aside from tech difficulties. And that's when he chooses to mute. Too funny, too funny. All right. Well, I mean, did I just cover that, you think, as far as the goals, Mosh? Did you have anything to add to that? I have a feeling Beeve's in there with him right now, and they're doing some magical tech support, which is why he went on mute. But that's okay.
I'm running solo tonight. I'm not with Beav. That's probably half the battle that I'm having here.
Very well, maybe.
Let's give Beav credit where credit is due. No, you were talking about what our intentions and stuff were. I was listening intently, and then literally I was like, I got to check something real quick. And then as soon as I mute and stood up, you're like, oh, of course he muted. I was like, damn it.
Perfect timing. It's all good.
But anyways, yeah, I talked to Ogre a little bit earlier today, and I asked him if he could ask me more questions when we're going through this, as if he was a noob or wanted to, clarify things. I sometimes, the way my brain works, just click clacks, snap, hum, and do things that I think I'm actually talking about out loud, but in actuality, it's just a conversation going on in my brain and only I can hear it. So we're going to try to eliminate that a little bit by having him slow me down a little bit when I'm on these, and we'll go through, and I'll tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing and the reasons behind it. When you're building these pools, there's a time to be like tunnel vision on exactly what you're doing, but you have to be mindful to like have a vision of where you want to go. So I think Ogre related to him having a bunch of Gen 1 10 of 10s and not really doing anything. They were just marinating. So I think what we can sit here and say is our intention is making some sick ass dreads with traits and other goodies. And then along the way, as a byproduct of doing that, we're going to get lots of other dubs. We'll end up with a cool goon, a cool sage or two. There'll be some really cool things that we hit along the way. And so this is going to be kind of like an inside look of the journey of what it is to build heroes and the layers of these heroes. And hopefully everybody learns a little bit and, takes away a newfound love for summoning, because that's what hooked me to this game was the NFTs. And so that's what I wanted to do, is talk about the NFTs.
Hells yeah. And my apologies, I'm not staring at the camera the whole time. I'm multitasking. That screen you're seeing is mine. I'm running on another computer, so I don't overtask this one. That's right there. So while Mosh was talking, I'm glancing over the other screen, making this stuff happen up there for you.
Yeah.
So I think so how do you start out? You basically go in and you find that hero you want to find a pair for, right?
So this is the way I do it is I envision the heroes that I want, the in-game heroes that I want. And so like if you know what you're going for and basically what your bottom line is, like you won't stop till you get that, then you go and you build the pools, the ingredients for the opportunities. That's what it is. The more ingredients that you're able to create expands your opportunities to get that hero that you want. And that's really all it's about is expanding your opportunities. So we're going to give you a little cheat codes on how you do that as a small wallet, how you do that as a larger wallet. If you really want to like take control and like have like a mutation store and like sell them and then use them and just build your squad, we're going to tell you how to do that as well. And the biggest thing I hear from people is like, nobody wants to sell heroes or anything like that, or they go and they list them 60% higher than where they should be, which is fine if you want to keep them. Mm-hmm. But the whole idea is what we kind of want to show people too, is like you can turn your 0x into kind of a machine that is self-sufficient. It's going to take some investment at first and some calculated moves, but you can do it with pets. You can do it with these hero NFTs. You can do it with equipment by boar hunting all day long. There's lots of ways in any economic, market, bear, bull, whatever, to make this more of a self-sustainable thing, and you can make profit from it as well. There's people out there like Scooby and Hitman Burt and some others that are constantly churning out. DDS is another one that turn out really cool heroes. Mm-hmm. And the guys that I mentioned, with the exception of Burt, you go look in the tavern, their name is saturated all over it.
Heck yeah.
And that's an awesome thing to have for the bull.
Right. So that's awesome. And of all of those different opportunities, like we're focusing on trying to do this. And let's reel it back in. Now that we both said hello, say hello to everybody out there. We got Digital Sleet Aid Sarge in there, who's postponing his show tonight. So we're able to run a little over. That's awesome. We got Jeremy. We got Tavern Tales. What up, Dragonfly? Skiller. Starbuck. Eric. With the loading. I like that. Yeah, we were doing that for a hot minute there, right? Worm, Sticks Intern.
Tavern Tales is actually Ultra.
Oh, Ultra.
Tales. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. But Tavern Tales, Dragonfly Tales, lots of tails.
Ultra Gringo.
Yeah.
My bags. Got Diamondback Silver Streak. Iron Belly. Our behind the scenes Discord guru. Y'all should throw him some love for the amazing Discord we have. He makes it happen.
OG.
Heck yeah. The beef in the wrong spot. He should be there with you. He should have known better. Oh, yeah. But it is what it is. All right, I think that's everybody. I don't think I missed anybody. Welcome everybody. We appreciate your patience. So on with the show. What we did is we're looking at our passives first, right? Passive 1 and passive 2. And we took all heroes that had advanced 1 and advanced 2, Gen 1, 10 of 10s, and put them in one address. If it had an advanced 1 or advanced 2 in passive 1 slot or passive 2 slot. We created an address and put all of them there, right? That's the pool he's talking about. Then we went and made another address and took all of the Gen 1 10 of 10s that had advanced 3 and advanced 4. And we, in either passive 1 or passive 2, we put those in a second address. All right. Now that's just because I had like 35 of one, 22 of the other. So there was a lot of them. If you only have like 2 or 3, it gets a little bit easier. You don't necessarily need to separate them as much, right? So it was just for our simplicity that we created 2 separate wallets. You don't necessarily need to do that in your quest to find the awesome. From there, as he said, he took those Gen 1s and just started finding good pairs and summoning them out. And from there, we create that pool of awesomeness that we try and hit those transcendent and elite
Trait heroes.
traits. Exactly.
And I just want to let you know, I am able to share my screen. Everything's working. I had to do a reboot and a little update.
Oh, nice.
It works now.
Well, do you want me to roll with what I have up here, or do you want to come up add?
Why don't you share the match, since you're in ADFK right now, of that first warrior match that we have? We have another Second Life attempt and some last stand and Giant Slayer attempts that we have lined up too. But I do have Monster Maker's account loaded up and ready to go with that stuff. So
Oh yeah, rock on. Well, I actually have this one loaded up. I just need to start sharing that screen. It's in the portal ready to go.
Oh, do it then.
Yeah, so I can share that if you want to queue up the second one.
Yeah, just smash that one real quick, and yeah, I'll get over to the other one.
Okay, cool.
I gotta spend some funds over there real quick. Hold on. I was doing everything in this wallet tonight originally. Well, that's all right. You do your thing. I'll send it over real quick.
We can. Well, I don't know. I've been in the same wallet on 2 computers from the same IP address, i.e., the same house. That might work if you go into the same wallet, but it may not.
Well, then that's
It's probably smarter to do it the way you're saying. Or...
Yeah, you just pop this first one, and then you can stop sharing and get out, and I'll jump in.
All right.
The other ones. Yeah.
So what I'm sharing on screen right now is Adventures in DFK, one of the several awesome community tools that's out there. DFK Quester is another one that I use regularly, as well as DFK Helper, an amazing one to automate your stuff and save you some time. And what we're doing here is we went in and we found that hero. This is one of those 2 warriors that has a whole bunch of mutations that we know we want to summon with. And I'm using this to find a good pair for him, to see what we have out there in this wallet. It's just one way of finding something. If you don't create a separate pool and you're using your main wallet and you just want to see if there's anything cool in there, this is how we go about doing it. This is how I go about doing it anyways. There's many different ways to do it. All right, so you put your hero that you're trying to find a match for up here, the address you want to find a match for it in right there, and then you can do all sorts of other things. I'm just going to keep it simple, right? And I know that I want to match it. Where are we at? Wait, that's all visuals. Where is the skills?
It's in one of those boxes, I think. I can't see it because it's so small.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. No, we don't want to match. All right, so you know what? We're just going to go ahead and hit this. And hit view because there's not that many heroes in there. And it'll be pretty obvious. You'll see it when I pull it up, which ones it's going to want to go with. Now, my computer's a little slow because I'm streaming off of a tablet on this device. So bear with me for a moment here. All right. There we go. And you see it brings up all of the heroes. Mutations will be a change of color somehow. I'm sorry. No. This shows you.
That's an advanced class.
Yeah, that's an advanced class because it's green, right?
Yep.
And then let's see here. See, there we got a blue one, which means
elite class.
Elite, exactly. And I don't think we have any trans. You didn't pop a dread yet, no. All right. So that shows a bunch of information. You can scroll to the right. Lots of good info there for you to possibly go off of, because you might be looking for a crafting match, right? We're looking for matches on abilities right now, but in the future, we'll be doing it for them crafters. So right now, if you click over on the abilities tab, it changes the screen, and you can see, if you scroll to the right,
That's the mutations, yeah. So if it's orange, it's a mutation.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one is going to have 4 mutations.
So it'll stick out like a sore thumb. There actually might be 2 that are 4 mutations with this one, but keep going. You're going to see purple pop.
Here we go, scrolling down. That's a pretty good one right there. But not the one we're looking for.
That's it. No, that is it. That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warrior Archer, Warrior Wizard. That is it.
Yeah, so yeah, click on that match.
So you see that right there, and you see how cool it is.
So the B4 will match with the B3, which will that will be a daze. The B1 with B2 will be an exhaust. The A3 with A4 will be a last stand, and the E1 and E2 will be second life. So it's 4 mutations: 2 to advance, 1 to elite, and 1 to exalted. That's a badass match, and they got 6 summons on it. So imagine if we hit right here and get, like, say we hit all of them. That's a one-of-a-kind hero.
Yeah, right. That would be epic.
With the summons, it would be insane. It'd be a gigantic building piece, and we plan to have a whole bunch of matches like this with what we're working with. So,
all right. So we present this other screen right quick. So now that you've found a good pair, the next thing you're going to want to do is this going to be the right one? No, it's this one.
So you're going to want to go into
again on AFK. You can take both of those heroes. This is another one. This is the hero data.
And you hit the compare button to the far right.
Yeah, you put both of them.
If you hit the first one, you'll erase your second hero. So you hit the compare when you load up 2.
Exactly. Yeah. If you only had the one here, you just hit view. If you have them both in there, you hit this compare button over here. Yeah. And then you can scroll down and see all of the pretty colors come out and all the coolness pop. And you go all the way down. It starts giving you some percentages and chances.
So these are your possibilities for trait mutations and pass-throughs and all that jazz. So each stat, or each not stat, but each ability, active 1, 2, and passive 1 and 2, each have a mutation in here. So with the basic, you have a 14% chance, and then you have on active 2 a 19.6% chance. It's because one of those B1s or B2s is backed up, or one, there's multiple of those in a row in that slot on that hero. So you're getting additional percentages there. Last stand, that's a typical mutation there, 14%, but you're 75% almost to get advanced or elite in that slot. Right. And then passive 2, you can see you got your elite chances, which are about 67%, 68%, and then your transcendent, which is, or second life, is just like a dread mutation. It's your 7%. It's the hardest to get, but that's the end all be all right there. So we want a bunch of those on heroes with summons so that we can print them on elite classes and dreads in the pit. The evolution of this series will eventually get us to the pit. So, but yeah.
Not with all the heroes, but we'll find some good spicy pairs that we toss to the pit just because we want to get that. So there's a question for you. Why? Why the pit when you have like a beast hero here? What are you looking for to get out of the pit? What does that bring to the table?
The pit, you can control your rarity floor. You might not think that's a big deal, but if you print these traits on higher rarity heroes and then match them with the class with the same rarity that we're going to make too. We're going to make the dreads. We're going to make the sages. We already got a good head start on sages. We're going to make the goons. So we're making pools of classes after we do the abilities and subclasses. And along the way we're going to hit some anyways. But that's why you go to the pit, because the pit is like where you go to create your monsters. You control the rarity floor. You can get pass throughs is what you want to do. Rarity floor, pass through. You want the highest percent chance for the outcome that you want. The best way to do that is pass throughs, backed up, and recessives to increase those chances above 35%. You have a sexy subclass, exalted trait, and a dread knight. So you have a dread knight and you have a dragoon subclass with second life, and they're both rare. You put that in there, you're guaranteed a rare floor. You have a 37.5% chance for that to be dread. You have a 37.5% chance for that to have second life, and you have a 37.5% chance for minimum for it to be a dragoon subclass. So it's basically a 1 in 3 roll, a 1 in 3 roll, a 1 in 3 roll. I like those odds way better than going for these using these summons up and not getting guaranteed rarity floor. Using a greater stone on a normal summons and not being able to control that aspect of it. It's going to be huge, the difference between a common and a mythic, or a common and a rare at level 50, 60, 70. You're going to, the separation is going to be incredible. And so if you're going to spend the resources to put like a greater stone or a regular stone on a hero, and like, this is where you do it.
But we're not going to. Not on this one. Now, this pair has 6 summons left.
Yeah.
So this one right now we're just doing for the stream. And I don't believe that there was any stones in there to use right now. But we will. And back to Diamondback Silver Streak. If you miss the second life, will it show again for another chance? So as Starbucks said, with the hero we summon, even if it doesn't hit, like we might get an elite class in the primary, right? So that's what the hero ends up with. It's the D. What is that? It's not dominant.
Yes,
it is. Dominant. Okay. Yeah, dominant and recessive. Duh. So the dominant, the first core is what you get, but the genes go 4 layers deep. There's also 3 layers of recessive genes that could hit.
It goes further than that even, but that's what's shown on the card. Yeah. And again, back to the pit. Say you miss, right? And on that an attempt, and you have, on a regular summons, and there's a dread knight in R1, right? The only, and that hero doesn't have any summons left. You can take that to the pit for a 10% chance for a dread knight with a recessive trait, and that hero doesn't, that dread knight recessive doesn't die on a thief. You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't do anything in that R1. So the pit is, there's a chance for redemption there, even after you're done with summons and everything else. That's where my non-keepers go to make monsters.
Now, that being said, don't think that you are going to hit monsters every time you go to the pit. I know that Mosh and Beeve and a few others have gotten some amazing heroes out of the pit, but what you don't see is like the other 95% of the time where they get rugged, and that Dark Knight on one side with second life on that other hero end up spitting out a thief with no advanced traits at all. Now, that does happen a lot.
If you're doing it the right way, though, if you're doing it the right way and building your heroes that you're putting into the pit, your chances are much higher. And me and Ogre, like by the end of this, Ogre's going to be a little bit different, I think, about the pit. He hasn't spent enough time in there, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of players like that. And so if you haven't spent a lot of time in there and you haven't had these incredible dubs in there, you're going to be hesitant. But I will tell you this: you go out there and you compare heroes. Go show me the top 100 heroes and show me how many of them weren't made in the pit. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you look at the dreads with like Transcendent, it's like there's 30. I forget what it was. Somebody had it on a stream once, and it was like there's 37 of them, and 3 of them were summoned. The rest of them were from the pit. So there is definitely like
they do the same thing.
Don't get me wrong. Like I have nothing against the pit. I recognize it for what it is, though, right? It's that finishing touch.
Exactly.
take those amazing heroes and level them up that one last time to create some absolute beast level PvE PvP heroes.
Wait till you get your second life dread, and we make it the way that we're gonna make it. Just watch what happens to Ogre. I'm gonna go into Mythic Mayhem at like 2:00 in the morning, and he's gonna be in there just chucking shit into the pit.
I would burn everything. So I still have like 370 heroes, and a lot of them, and that's just on my main account. And a lot of them are just Gen 1s with like 8 to 10 summons left. So yeah, I could see. I mean, I'm going to summon a bunch of those out, I'm sure, at some point, and then just probably burn a lot.
Listen, the whole process.
I don't want to have 1,000 heroes. I don't want that many. I know some
The
people.
whole idea of burning these summons off is we're going to sell some of the babies. We're going to keep some of the babies, and then it will allow us to feel good about burning some of these.
All right, here we go. We need that mythic sauce. I just hit
Mythic vibes. Let's go.
All right, sprinkle a little mythic sauce on it. Come on, y'all. I want everybody thinking purple and transcendent. Let's get it go.
Sticks intern, before I forget, can somebody make me a meme of the one that Workhorse uses of him sitting in that pond, unbothered, soaking, but make it the pit?
Awesome. Big vibes. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. What's it going to be? I bet it's going to be a warrior. I bet it's going to be a warrior. Is it a warrior?
It is.
It is a warrior. We started out with 2 warriors, so probability was it was going to be a warrior.
Let that green bar go all the way down before you touch it.
What?
There you go.
All right, we got a common warrior whiz, and proof is in the pudding. Let's see what we got. A forager, so that's good to level it up quickly. And then let's send.
Okay, another last stand, but we need more last stands. So, Is it backed up by anything?
It is.
Giant Slayer.
Giant Slayer.
Okay, that's just more ingredients.
So because it has Last Stand and Giant Slayer, it's going to increase the chances if we were to use this to summon with another hero that had Last Stand in the back or in the P2. It would have Giant Slayer on the one hero, but then because it's recessive here, it gives it like another 5% chance.
No, 9.5% chance.
9.5.
Between that Giant Slayer and Last Stand, you're at about 43.5% chance to have an elite trait pass through. So that's what I'm talking about when you're building these pool of heroes. The idea is to get a good amount of virgin elite skilled heroes or ability heroes. And then when you start smashing those elites together for the second life, your misses are elite heroes with summons. So your elite pool or your ability, your net to make that second life just keeps expanding. So if you have, say, 10 heroes with 6+ summons of elite abilities that match up, before you know it, once you start doing that, you'll hit like 5 summons, 6 summon elites out of those, 7 summons, 6 summons, and so you'll explode with elite abilities, and then you get some real juicy matches where you get the 4 mutations. It just was lucky we hit this one. That Last Stand that was on that warrior match, that was the very first Last Stand that I hit in the third wallet there. That was the very first one. And I was like, I just want to check to see if we got a match. But we did so good with Giant Slayers. There was a ton of dope matches, but that one was obviously, it was nice.
Heck yeah. And side note, you don't necessarily have to have both heroes. You can always hire them. There's a lot of dope heroes out there on the marketplace.
And here's
maybe not of this caliber, but
yeah, a bit of alpha to add on to that. I'm sorry, Ogre.
Go ahead.
I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the hero.
No, you're good.
a bit of alpha. If you're starting off, or if you don't have a bunch of resources to throw at this, go get yourself 2 or 3 Gen 1 10 of 10s with an advanced stat. They don't have to have a match. Just find the cheapest 3 that you can find with an advanced stat and 10 summons. And then you go into the tavern. It was a while back that it was a lot harder to find heroes with 10 summons and an advanced stat. But now with all the knowledge and all the alpha that's been dropped about abilities and how they're going to affect the game and stuff, everybody's been going for it. So go check out those rentals, because what you're doing is you're allowing those 3 heroes by renting the first couple summons off there to make other heroes that all of these heroes can summons with. You're not going to hit roadblocks on your regular summons of ineligible due to common origin. So it really takes the governor off on a smaller pool of heroes if you use your first couple on rentals, and then those offspring of all of them you're going to be able to really work with and get those matches.
Awesome sauce. Well, you want to share your screen and we'll do that? Oh, I see it right now. Never mind.
Am I sharing?
No, that's.
Oh, I might be sharing my.
You are sharing, but you're sharing the StreamYard.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Now you're sharing the pit.
All right. Well, it's just because when I start my computer and log into DeFi Kingdoms, that's where it
straight
lands.
To the pit. I get it. That makes sense. Skiller, yes. Now we kind of did that a little bit. We kind of breezed over it. We'll probably either pull out some shorts or else do like more focused instructional. And actually, I'm planning on doing that anyways at some point. Just where it's no fluff, no BS, short, sweet, and to the point. And do a bunch of like just real short 5 to 10 minute videos, each with a specific topic. And probably cover the tools on one of those as well. All right, so what you got for us here?
Okay, so we're gonna pop this last stand in here. I gotta find the other hero real quick. But last stand, Blinding Wind, Poison Blade, Headstrong, Last Stand. 5 summons. This is like I was talking about. This is a miss on a transcendent attempt earlier, but it landed last stand, and we needed some last stands, so it's already juice. Now,
thank you, TTS Gear.
Oh, here it is. Oh, right here. No, that's not it. It is. Oh no, I remember what I was doing on this.
So Mosh is totally winging this right now. He had an idea of something, and now he's just making shit up. I'm going to pick this hero and this hero. No, he knows what he's doing. No. He's just trying to find it. Weed. It affects the short-term memory.
Am I in the wrong? I might have just parked that. I might have just pulled a. Hold on. Oh. Sorry.
So yeah, while he's doing that, what I just showed you with ADFK, and like I said, that's one way to do it. That's how I do it. And it's usually not that slow because I'm not streaming. But you can also do it all in game as well, right? We're just giving love to some of the tools that are out there. Obviously, they have a little bit more because they're focused. Like so, the way I always told my kids when I explained why I buy antivirus from like an antivirus company, even though Windows comes with Defender, right? Like, why not just use Defender? It's already got antivirus on your box, right? Well, Microsoft makes operating systems. They made an antivirus as kind of an afterthought and an added component. Is that really who you want protecting your computer? Or would you rather have a company that focuses on protecting your computer and that's their only product primarily? Same thing here, right? Yes, you could do a lot of what I just showed you in ADFK right here inside of DFK. And you don't necessarily need the external tools. Now, granted, there's other stuff you can do there that you definitely can't do here. He's added stuff because he's got to focus, right? He's focusing on specifically doing some of these things versus it just being another cool feature that the community asked for and the team tossed in there.
Yeah.
But you could definitely do what we were talking about inside of the game itself.
All right, here we go. Okay, so this has 6 summons each. So the reason I'm going for class on this too is we can hit 2 birds with 1 stone. So we can get an advanced class on this. Not too worried about the subclass because that's not what we're doing. And really all we care about is these traits. This is why we're here building the pool. But we can get a summoner out of this with 5 summons because it's either going to be a wizard, summoner, priest, or whatever fucking shits in the recessives with 5 summons. So why not
go for it? Sounds like a win.
While we're building these, I'm not putting summons on stuff like this unless maybe there's more rarity involved or a couple other mutations. If I had like a additional elite mutation or something, maybe I would put a stone on it.
And we're running a little long tonight. Usually we're going to try and keep it to like 20 to 30 minutes just so it's more digestible for instructional because we're not that entertaining tonight. This is more education, right? People don't want to watch it for that long. So after this one, we're going to call it. Hopefully we get something purple here, something nice, maybe a little transcendent to go out on.
Be a good way to go out, huh?
Hell yeah.
Mythic vibes, guys.
Lots of mythic vibes.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Here it is. A little bit of mythic sauce pouring on it.
There you go. A little paprika for ALP.
There you go. A little paprika. That ALP magic. I don't want to steal it from him, though.
Nah, we're just honoring it by saying
there you go.
Yeah. Butterfly.
Bam! With wings. I didn't even know that was a possibility. Hell yeah.
Those are some lime.
Like, is that a thief?
Yeah, Mountain Dew wings, and it's a thief.
Dude, how is it like thief? Like, honestly, when I
have more thieves
going
than
after a class,
else.
yes, it seems like a thief is the most common rug out there for a class. I don't know why.
Pirates and wizards might have something to say about that, but
because you did just get robbed, right? I mean, ooh, totally robbed.
Yeah,
super
we got
robbed.
it in the R1. That's not a total
explosion with some wings.
Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah, fishing thief. That's a good quester right there.
For sure. But we'll get a couple episodes coming up here too, where we have say, like 10 crystals ready to pop, and then we'll pop all those just for some fun, seeing some stuff, and then we'll go through like 2 or 3 summons after that. But
hell yeah,
you guys want to see some dope shit, so that's what we'll start doing here. Yep.
No doubt. Awesome. Well, thank y'all for joining us. It has been a pleasure. I wish we could have shown you some cooler summons, but stick around, keep going back. You're going to see them because we're going to do them. We won't quit till we do.
Real quick before we go, though, let me just do a quick share of my screen, and I'll show them the pool in that account real quick.
Yeah,
just
go for it.
Some of the other stuff that we hit. So,
hell yeah.
We're having to summon the whole week. I'm summoning the whole week leading up. To it,
to create that pool.
So this is technically our Giant Slayer account here, and it started. Ogre sent over like 1 mythic, a legendary or 2. It was like 34 heroes or 30 something heroes. Most of them were Gen 1 10 of 10s. There was some summoner 5 of 5s and a ninja 4 of 4 in there as well. So there was some stuff to work with. It was a good starting point. And then anybody keeping dibs on this is at a escalated size pool, but I've put in about 10,000 crystal is what I put into these accounts to go with these heroes to get these monster pools rocking and rolling. So let's just show you from rarity descending.
I just saw the name. I'm totally sharing this. This is going on screen, brother.
So you can see we got a couple heroes already listed in this account, and it's because those summoners that I was talking about, I went out and did a couple rentals to see if we can get some ninjas in our pool, and I ended up just hitting a bunch of sages. So I ended up hitting 5 sages out of like 8 attempts, and they were all 3 of 3 except for 1 was 2 of 2, and 3 of them had elite skills. Like this guy here, Mythic Wisdom and Giant Slayer, 3 summons. Just so you guys have some perspective, right now in game, elite skilled 3 of 3 sages. There's only commons and uncommons, and there's like a combined like 7 in the entire game, or 6 in the entire game that have 3 summons and an elite skill. So that is a dub there. This one was another 3 summon sage, double leadership. There's not too many of those. And then he sent over this Knight Berserker, and it wasn't just this hero. We hit some other color on other ones, but we hit this Pirate Mythic. We hit that Priest Mythic, Knight Mythic, Thief Mythic. All those Mythics were hit in like a 2-day period. It was wild.
I still think that there's something. It may not be the flames. Originally in the game, I thought it was like the color of the flame. obviously it's somewhat, the RNG is somewhat based on time somehow. I truly believe that, because it seems like there's windows of time where just beasts pop out, and then there's windows of time where like it's constant rogue, and then all of a sudden you just have magical beasts popping out
It's
again.
a ebb and flow, man. It's a legit ebb and flow, and you get them in bunches. I've gone on some pretty terrible rug escapades over extended periods of time, like 2-3 weeks, and then I've just hit ridiculous stuff in a short period of time too. Beeve's on one of those tears right now, man. He can't not hit rare or higher elite classes with exalted traits, and he's hit 2 rare second life dreads in the last week and a half, 2 weeks or something like that. He's on a tear right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll speed this up real quick. But we got a whole bunch of color to work with, elite classes. If you go through here, we got so many. We got so many heroes with. There's 14 in P2 that have an elite skill in summons that we've hit already. 14 heroes. And if you look at it, we said we started with 35. There's like 119 heroes in here right now. And we haven't burnt anything here. I did burn a pair that he sent over with 0 summons that I thought he intended to burn, but I just got a little gun happy with that. But we're on the same page now.
Yeah, no worries. It's honestly, it's my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I shouldn't have sent 2 heroes over there with 0 summons. What was that?
Yeah, well, they had the right traits.
I'll be his burn candy.
And I was just going for traits, and they weren't loading up, and then I put them to the pit. But yeah, so you can see that's just P1, and we have all like sages with elite, a bunch of summons, rarity with summons, advanced class with elite and summons. I've already used some of them to make those. I mean, that's a dub right there in P1, and then let me just quickly, or P2, I'm sorry, and then let me just quickly show you P1. There's 10 there that we made that have elite skills. Sages, this one's cool. Another giant slayer sage, 2 summons.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to cut you off, because if I don't, you're never gonna stop, because Mosh is in his happy place right now. For those of you in the chat, this is that meme that Sticks intern is put in.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure Mosh had not seen it yet, because it happened during the stream.
That's excellent.
Excellent. So yeah, you guys just got the live reaction from Mosh.
Excellent. Man, I love that. Please send that to me.
Hell yeah. Well, it's in SI's chat.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'll go grab it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, love you all. Thanks for hanging.
Mad love, everybody. Appreciate you. Sorry about the wait. And yeah.
Every night, Jeremy.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. Later, y'all.
Later.
Thanks for hanging.